Welcome to The Explainer. So glad you're here today because we are tackling a technological puzzle that honestly, almost everyone runs into eventually. We are on a mission to find the perfect optical drive for your specific lifestyle. We live in a digital world, but physical media still holds incredible value. Whether it's an old movie collection, a massive CD library you want to digitize, or just your favorite road trip mixtape, we need a bridge to connect those physical discs to our modern lives. And that's exactly what we're figuring out today, finding the absolute best drive for one specific user, you. So, let me ask you, how do you actually play classic CDs today? It's kind of a frustrating modern dilemma, right? You've probably upgraded your laptop in the last few years, or maybe you bought a new car recently. And what did you notice? The disk slot is entirely gone. Hardware manufacturers have basically abandoned built-in optical drives, leaving those of us who still own and love physical media completely stranded. To solve this, here's our agenda for today. We'll be covering 1. The missing drive dilemma. 2. Gottamar, the laptop solution. 3. OAUW, the road trip companion. 4. Comparing specs and prices. And 5. Finding the best drive for one user. Let's dive right into Section 1, the missing drive dilemma. Modern hardware versus physical media. Here is the reality of the situation. You have the disks. You just don't have the slots. Built-in players have vanished from Apple laptops, modern PCs, and nearly all contemporary car audio systems. It makes our physical media feel a bit like, well, ancient artifacts. You absolutely need an external drive solution, but the market is completely flooded with options, and grabbing just any plastic drive off the shelf usually leads to disappointment if it doesn't actually match where and how you plan to use it. And that sets the stage beautifully for our two very unique hardware options today. Moving right along to Section 2, Gamar, the laptop solution, the sleek, desk-bound hero. Okay, the very first thing that jumps out about the Gamara is its build. It's made of high-quality aviation aluminum alloy. This is a massive distinction. The market is absolutely saturated with these all-plastic external drives that feel flimsy and honestly overheat way too quickly. By using an aluminum housing, the Gamara feels much sturdier on your desk, and, crucially, it offers far better heat dissipation. If you're sitting down to rip a giant stack of 50 CDs to your hard drive, heat management is incredibly important. Plus, that sleek silver design, it's purposefully crafted to complement an Apple laptop. It actually looks like it belongs right next to a MacBook. So what are its core capabilities? At its core, this is a pure plug-and-play device. No complicated setup, no driver software to download. You literally just plug it into a USB 3.0 or Type-C port, and it draws power right from the laptop. It features this sleek slot loading design, meaning there's no eject button tray to accidentally snap off. You just slide the disc right in. Performance-wise, you're getting a max DVD read and write speed of 8x and a really fast max CD read speed of 24x. Whether you're on a Mac, a PC, or Windows, this drive is perfect for sitting at your desk, creating backups, installing legacy software, or just throwing on an old movie. And the price for that sleek desktop efficiency, it's just $39.99. It's a highly accessible price point for a piece of aviation aluminum hardware that instantly solves the missing drive dilemma for your laptop. Not a bad little fix for a $2,000 computer, right? But what if you aren't sitting at a desk? That brings us to Section 3. OAUA, the road trip companion, the rugged challenger. If the Gamar is your desk buddy, the OAUW is your road warrior. It's engineered specifically for the chaos of a moving vehicle. We're talking anti-skid protection, strong error correction, and shock resistance. You hit a pothole, your music keeps playing. It's also completely dustproof, which is absolutely vital for the interior of a car. But its biggest flex, the connectivity. It offers both USB and Bluetooth connections right out of the box, zero software required. It's highly versatile, playing formats like AAC, ALAC, MP3, WAVE, and WMA. And while it's designed for cars and trucks, you can easily connect it to a TV, an audio system, or a laptop running Android 4.4 and above. Now, this is a really interesting quirk. We call this the Bluetooth workaround. Cars can be notoriously finicky with external media, right? So step 1 is straightforward. Connect via USB for standard formats. For most things, that's totally fine. But in some vehicles, if you're playing high-quality WAV music files, the car might just refuse to recognize them through USB. If that happens, you need to use the IUA's Bluetooth feature. But wait, and this is a critical step too. You must disconnect your mobile phone's Bluetooth from the car first. Why? Because most vehicles can only support one active Bluetooth connection at a time. Once the phone is out of the picture, step 3 is simply connecting the CD player via the car's Bluetooth. It's this brilliant built-in backup plan that ensures it works with almost every vehicle on the road. So what's the damage for this rugged, highly compatible road warrior? It's $89.99. It is significantly more expensive than our desk-bound option, which perfectly sets up our head-to-head analysis. Let's get into Section 4, comparing specs and prices head-to-head in the arena. Looking at this, we aren't just comparing two different brands, we're really looking at two entirely different philosophies of hardware. On the left, the Guamar is sitting at $39.99, giving you premium aviation aluminum, fast USB 3.0 and Type-C connections, and is absolutely tailored for laptops, Macs, and PCs. Over on the right, the OAUW is $89.99, uses a portable plastic build which is necessary to house all that anti-skip technology, offers USB and Bluetooth, and is engineered first and foremost for cars, trucks, and TVs. As you can see, there is a clear $50 price gap here. You really have to ask yourself what that extra money is actually buying. With the OAUW, you are paying a premium for shock resistance, dust proofing, and that built-in Bluetooth transmitter that acts as a fail-safe for car stereos. If you don't need those mobile features, that premium is entirely unnecessary for your specific needs. Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, Best Drive for One User, Making Your Decision. Making this choice really comes down entirely to your primary environment. Are you looking to digitize your old CD collection, rip some classic movies, and do it all from the comfort of your home office with a drive that perfectly matches your silver laptop? The Gomara is undeniably your winner. It's sleek, fast, stays cool, and costs less. On the flip side, if your main goal is to listen to high-quality audio files during a bumpy commute, or maybe you just want to easily hook up a CD player to your living room TV, the OAUW is your undisputed champion. It has the anti-skip tech and the Bluetooth connectivity to survive and thrive out on the road. Ultimately, finding the best drive for one user isn't about figuring out which piece of hardware is objectively superior on a spec sheet. It's about which tool directly solves the specific missing hardware dilemma in your daily life. You don't need anti-skip technology sitting at a desk, and you definitely can't use an aluminum slot loading drive if your car won't even recognize it. The best drive is quite literally the one that fits your daily drive. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this final thought to evaluate your own media habits. Take a look at your CD collection, look at where you spend most of your time, and ask yourself, are you the desk-bound archivist or are you the road-tripping audiophile? Which drive fits your daily drive? Thank you so much for hanging out and learning.